Here's a
Yeah.
question. This is a much different subject. Um, this is from Dan at WRTY12 on Twitter. Why are you allowed to use William instead of Steven? Um, is William a WWE name? Do you have the rights to use it? Is it kind of a thing that you have agreement about, or something you feel comfortable talking about?
It's something I'm very comfortable talking about. I own the name.
Oh wow.
Um, um, I never asked for it. Um, but on my contract, always from WWE, on the back page, it said names owned by me, and it was Lord Stephen Regal, William Regal, and a couple of others that I used when I was in England. Uh, I don't know why they were on there, and I never asked for them, and they were on there,
Hmm.
and there was never any. There was it's my name. The only thing, and if Mr. McMahon would have asked me not to use it, I wouldn't have used it out of admiration for him and for what he's done for me. Uh, and he never did. It's on my contract and was on that I own the names. The only thing that WWE had was a copyright in America and in Europe if I was to wrestle. They could stop me wrestling if they wanted to as William Regal. Well, I don't wrestle anymore. That was the only thing. So when I left or when I was let go from WWE, I just got the copyrights in case I ever needed them, mainly to stop anybody else taking them so I could use them to market myself. But if Mr. McMahon never brought that up, there was never a problem. It was on my contract anyway, but he could have, if he'd have asked me, Darren, I'd rather you didn't use, I know you own the name, but I'd rather you didn't use it because if we've given you 21 years of publicity, incredible publicity using the name William Regal, I would have said certainly, boss, because he's done so much for me. Saved my life, got me incredible. It's done a lot for me. So that wasn't the case. I don't mind, that's so I have no problem anybody knowing that. I know silly stories go around. There's no anything. There's no ulterior motive. There's no agenda. There's no. It was just on my contract, and he never asked me not to. If he called me today and said don't do it, I would stop using it. But he never has.
Well, that's good.
And
I'm glad that you do use it, because William Regal is what a lot of people know you by, and
yeah,
uh, of course, I'd be remiss not mentioning my good friend Mike Dawkins, who has made a pretty good run of becoming the gimmick attorney and trademarking a lot of names. Maybe not this one though. This is our last question, and it's a tough one. So let's see
oh,
let's see if you're up
tough
for it.
one.
Okay. So here's the question. Okay. This is from Marsh on at Ref Marsh on Twitter. He asks, hypothetically, if there were two groups of people, perhaps five in each group, who had a very heated conflict, where do you think they should settle such a dispute?
Are you talking wrestling wise?
Yeah. I'm just trying to get you to say blood and guts, basically. That's what I'm
Ah,
trying to
blood and guts. Yes. All right. I'm gonna say if it was just again, times have changed. One time it was either. I come from a time when it was. I've had like different time in the 80s when things not go right and fallouts with people and people or me seeing it as a teenager with other fellas, like get what you going out to the ring now and they've had there's been some miscommunication. When the bell goes, get what you can.
think. Right.
Right. Or you go out the back door and have a fight. Well, now people get into silly things on Twitter, don't they? And have arguments on Twitter. And they've just thought of talking about it and going out and sorting it out. But in the in the wrestling world, then it's I'm not gonna do the thing because I have to get my big butch
No.
voice on for that. But blood and guts, yeah, that's about as good as I can give you today.
There
It's
was
and then it's gonna, it's
how
blood and
how
guts.
about how about, I guess your
And you want me to say the other one, and
we're good.
I'm not gonna say that, and that's out of sheer respect for the company, for WWE, because I know that's their thing, and people have asked me to say that, just people I meet nowadays, and it's their thing, and
Sure.
uh, they haven't asked me, not they haven't said anything that I can't say it, but it's their thing, and so I'm leaving it for them. Now I work for AEW. I do AEW stuff.
Well, respectful and dignified.
Probably cutting my purse string. I mean, like stopping my bank account because I could get on Cameo and just say the other word and
Yeah,
do nothing else but do that. I think because there's that many people like me saying that what I used to say in NXT, but I wouldn't unless they gave me the, and I'm not going to ask, and unless they said it was okay to do it, I wouldn't. I just out of they were good to me, and I'm not going to take liberties with stuff like a lot of people would. I respect the fact that that's their thing, so I'm not going to do that.